The game is to dish it out and not take it. And then when your career is over, take your money. These people don't give a f about these people don't give a f about us.
Oh man, you know how I get. They love you and then they hate you.
See me, they don't like me because I'm a straight shooter, and I was able to become my own boss.
Gervonta Davis has had his fair share of troubles outside the ring, from legal issues to personal conflicts. Over the years, he's been involved in multiple arrests and legal battles, often making headlines for the wrong reasons. He's also had public disagreements with key figures in boxing, including Floyd Mayweather. While Davis is undoubtedly one of the most talented fighters of his generation, his controversies have sometimes overshadowed his success. Many fans and analysts question whether his personal struggles could ultimately affect his career.
Box, turn. The name of the game is boxing. The name of the game is not slugging, because when the fight game is over, when boxing is all over, and you hang it up like me, you still want to be able to have your faculties. You still want to be able to have your brain. That's more important than anything. The money. Your health is more important than anything. The name of the game is to hit and not get hit. And I was the best at doing it, and I'm going to continue to teach these young fighters.
Gervonta Davis' decision to leave Floyd Mayweather's promotion sparked a lot of debate. While taking control of his own career may have seemed like a smart move, many believe he could have benefited from Mayweather's experience and guidance. As a boxing legend, Mayweather not only mastered the sport but also built a successful business empire. His knowledge of the industry could have helped Davis navigate the challenges of professional boxing more effectively.
Recently, Tank Davis decided to upload this on his Instagram. Not sure what's wrong with Tank Davis. I don't know what legal issues he's having because he has a hearing close. I'm not sure when the date is, but him and Floyd Mayweather have always had this weird relationship where sometimes Tank doesn't seem to be in good terms, and then sometimes they are in good terms. The energy is off. Let me know what you guys think that post means, what he's going through. I hope he's doing good, because we want him to fight, and we want him to fight really good opposition. So let me know what you guys think. What's going on with Tank?
In 2024, Gervonta Davis reached new heights in his boxing career. His impressive performances in the ring thrilled fans, and his popularity skyrocketed. With an unbeaten record, he cemented his status as one of the top fighters in his division. His pay-per-view numbers were strong, and his star power was undeniable, making him one of the biggest names in the sport.
You know, so I don't want Tank to necessarily leave Mayweather. I think he's in this position because of everything that Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe have done for him. So I do want him to do what he is saying. Take control of your career. Say that you want Shakur and actually fight Shakur. Say that you want Devin and actually fight Devin. You know, fight these guys. Don't keep making new names. Like, you gave Barrios a chance. You gave Isaac a chance. Like, you know, Gamboa. Like, those aren't the fights that we want.
One of the biggest criticisms of Gervonta Davis is the level of competition he has faced. Analysts argue that his team has carefully chosen opponents to give him an advantage, avoiding the toughest challenges. While this approach is common in boxing to protect a fighter's marketability, it has raised doubts about whether Davis is truly being tested at the highest level. Fans have been waiting for him to take on elite opponents, but many feel his record is missing defining victories against the best in his division.
Stand on its own. As of 2024, the brand of Tank Davis is one of the most commercially and financially successful ones in all of boxing, standing shoulder to shoulder with Saul Canelo Alvarez. It's so successful, in fact, that a lot of people say that Tank's popularity outranks his actual achievements, pointing to several different instances where it seemed like Tank was avoiding the best competition in his weight class and getting preferential treatment based on who he is and who he's associated with.
After his fight against Lamont Roach, Gervonta Davis faced heavy criticism for not securing a knockout. Roach had moved up in weight for the fight, and many expected Davis to dominate. However, the fact that Roach not only went the distance but also made the fight competitive raised concerns about Davis' performance. Critics argued that a truly elite fighter should have been able to stop a smaller opponent, and this fight exposed some potential weaknesses in Davis' skill set.
Said Tank,
He's still on the air?
he said Tank is.
Hey, yo, they did Max Kellerman dirty for real, but go ahead, bro.
He said Tank is overrated by people that don't know boxing, and he's underrated by people that do know boxing. And
That's bars.
What he meant by that
That's
is
bars.
that-
I agree with that.
What he meant by that is that if you don't know boxing, you don't know who's Tank.
Ryan Garcia, a fellow lightweight star, weighed in on Gervonta Davis' controversial ninth-round moment against Lamont Roach. Garcia argued that under boxing rules, Davis taking a knee should have been ruled a knockdown. His comments added to the growing debate over the fight officiating and whether Davis received a favorable ruling. The incident has only increased calls for a rematch, with many believing the fight's outcome was impacted by questionable judgment.
Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the most overrated fighters in the sport of boxing right now, and not because of his skills, but because of his resume, and resume does matter. In my opinion, he's a victim of what I call Terrence Crawford syndrome, where you have a really bad promoter who only wants you to fight in promotion fighters who you know that they can 100% beat. If Tank Davis wants to be great, he's going to have to fight one of the other champions in the two divisions that he fights in, 135 pounds and 140 pounds. I'm going to list off all the champions in those divisions and tell you if I think he can beat them or not. So first we got the only other full champion in 135 pounds, Shakur Stevenson. If they fought, I think Tank has a good chance of maybe knocking him out in the later rounds. But if I had to bet my house on it, I would say Shakur Stevenson would beat him in a close decision, and it would end up probably being a boring fight. But I think Shakur has the skills to beat Tank Davis over a long 12-round fight. Now we have Subriel Matias, who's a scary Terminator-like fighter who gives up the early rounds to come on later and drown you in those later rounds. But he's very stiff, and he doesn't have very good footwork at all. I think Tank Davis will probably, box his face off for most of the 12 rounds. There might be some trouble in the late rounds, but if Tank can stay out of trouble, I think this is one of the few champions that he would beat, but I don't think he would fight.
After his fight against Lamont Roach, many fans started questioning whether Gervonta Davis is as dominant as his reputation suggests. Seeing a lesser-known fighter push him to the limit raised concerns about his ability to handle top-tier competition. Fans expected Davis to dominate, but instead, they saw a competitive fight that highlighted potential weaknesses in his skill set.
For me, Tank Davis fighting a minus 1600 as your main event odds is crazy to me, dude. That's crazy. That underdog lived up to the hype. He ended up, overperforming. Lamont Roach, credit to him, all this other stuff. And it took some politics to keep Davis as champion. You ever see guys getting the referee their own fight? Dude, anybody else takes that knee, you're getting counted, bro. The referee, actually, his instinct, if you watch that, the referee's instinct was to count. If you notice, Steve Willis started counting, and then he looked at the timekeeper outside the ring, wasn't counting, and he stopped counting. So you get to call your own timeout. Earlier in the fight, if you saw that shoulder barge that Tank did to Roach in the clinch, he didn't get a warning, but Roach's reaction got the warning. This is the politics we're dealing with. You keep doing this, you're looking at short-term money and long-term destruction of a sport.
During his fight against Lamont Roach, Gervonta Davis was caught on camera arguing with his coach, Calvin Ford, in the corner. As Ford tried to wipe sweat from his face and give instructions, Davis cut him off, saying, "Asterisk, asterisk, you got to stop and listen to me." Asterisk, asterisk, this moment raised concerns about Davis' focus and his ability to follow coaching guidance under pressure.
The knockdown with Tank.
That was a knockdown, without a doubt. You can't spin it no other way. It's too clear. And I think the commission needs to do something about it because it can give me an incentive, anytime I'm not feeling good in a fight, take a knee.
Well, they said
and that's not a shot at Tank. I respect Tank and I like Tank a lot, but you can't do that shit.
They reversed the result of your fight.
Yeah.
Should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
Just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right, to keep the integrity of the sport. So I feel like if you're gonna do it to me, you got to do it to everybody.
Ford has been a key figure in Davis' career, helping to shape him into the fighter he is today. That's why this moment of tension between them stood out. A strong boxer-coach relationship is essential for success, and incidents like this can raise concerns about communication and trust in high-pressure situations.
So Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach goes to a majority decision draw, with Tank retaining his WBA lightweight title. Now, I did not score this fight a draw. I had it 7-5 to Lamont Roach. I thought he had the ring generalship and effective pressure. He was landing the jab and effective combinations. Tank as usual had a very low output, and he was relying on one big shot. You know, I gave Roach the first 3 rounds, Tank the next 3 rounds, and then Roach 4 the last 6 rounds to win the fight. Not to mention, Tank did take a knee in the middle of the fight. You know, by rule, that should have been considered a knockdown. Yes, it was to get his mouthpiece, and that's why they didn't rule it a knockdown. But anytime a fighter takes a knee, that's a knockdown. And that would have given Roach 1 more point to win the fight. Now, I'm sure they'll run it back. I mean, Lamont Roach absolutely deserves a rematch. He just had the fight of his life. He wasn't scared to go toe-to-toe with Tank. You know, landing his combinations, the bigger counters, and the more effective shots. He definitely deserves a second payday. Now, in the co-main event, Gary Antoine Russell put on an amazing performance. I think he won 11 or 12 rounds against Ryan Valenzuela. Great hand speed, good combinations, you know, masterclass to win the WBA title. And then in the featured bout, Alberto Puello beat Sandor Martin to retain his WBC title. He landed the cleaner left hands, definitely won the last 2 to 3 rounds to edge the fight. But overall, good card. I do think Roach won the fight though.
If Davis keeps ignoring his team's guidance, it could hurt his performance in the long run. A fighter's corner is there to provide crucial advice, and failing to listen could lead to costly mistakes in tough matchups.
Davis? That looks like a submission. You know what I mean? Let me get you. Let me get you. Let me get you.
Cal, you gotta calm down. Listen to me.
Okay, hey, come on now. I was trying to get it. Get not in there no more now. There you go. There you go. That's all you had to do. There you go. Stay good. Stay focused. That was a good round. You got me? Turn up now. I want all 3 of these.
Abner, let's take a look at what we thought was taking a knee.
And I thought it was.
The blinding jab.
Blinding jab.
Yeah, what's wrong?
The ref, something's wrong. He took a knee.
That's a knockdown.
It's a knockdown. You cannot take. Yeah.
What?
Wow.
The constant spotlight and pressure of fame have taken a toll on Gervonta Davis. Lately, he has shown signs of frustration, becoming more vocal and short-tempered. He has even hinted at stepping away from boxing, emphasizing the need for a break to focus on his mental health, possibly through therapy.
Well-being as well as your boxing progress, who you have been invested with from the outset. Tank has been with Coach Calvin Ford since he was, I think 8 or 9, which is crazy. And the relationship that those two have is an enormous factor. Tank trusts Coach Calvin to give him the right advice, and that has been proven to be a good position, a good place to put your trust, because as of yet, he hasn't given any bad advice. He's very calm in the corner. He knows when to tell Tank to turn it up. He gives him understandable advice, and he gives him very simple advice in the corner. At the gym, he obviously works him hard. He gets the best out of him, and I think that's the kind of thing that you can't you can't oversell the value of that. You know, Bomac for Crawford is an example of this.
Adrian Broner recently shared that he played a crucial role in launching Gervonta Davis' career. According to Broner, he was the one who convinced Floyd Mayweather to sign Davis to his promotional company. This insight highlights how influential figures helped shape Davis' early journey in boxing. While Davis has since parted ways with Mayweather Promotions, the experience of training alongside elite fighters and coaches was instrumental in his rise to stardom.
My journey is crazy. That's why I said that. I said, yo, you can't write this, man. You cannot write this. My experience being gone and all the stuff that I went through preparing me for where I'm at today. You know, man, Tank is older. He had the lessons, getting his lessons of what he got to do to take us the rest of the way. And this is his take us the rest of the way fight.
Despite leaving Mayweather Promotions, Gervonta Davis has expressed appreciation for everything Floyd Mayweather did for him. He admitted that without Mayweather's guidance, he wouldn't have achieved the success he enjoys today. This acknowledgement shows that, despite any past disagreements, Davis recognizes a crucial role Mayweather played in shaping his career.
Why are you retiring?
With trash.
What changed? What made you?
This shit is trash, garbage. I don't care about belts and I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about none of that. That's why I don't want boxing.
Then you start losing your love for boxing. What happened?
I want to do therapy, right? It will lose the fire that I have inside me.
However, their relationship remained complicated. Davis has also accused Mayweather of not wanting any fighter to surpass his legacy. This tension adds another layer to Davis's journey as he continues to navigate the boxing world on his own terms, striving to prove himself without Mayweather's backing.
I'm the reason he got signed to Chintu.
That's true story. Explain that. Why? How did that happen? Story.
I brought him to the gym with an AB shirt on.
Ooh, true story.
But I didn't have everything right yet. You know, everything wasn't moving yet. You know, I was a little slow on my piece. So I gave him to Floyd. Every time we bring it up, Floyd like, "Thank you, AB. You gave me a good one."
And I just want to say thank you to Adrian Broner, because Adrian Broner brought Tank back to me. I met him when he was a kid, but then Adrian Broner, I want to say thank you to Adrian, because Adrian is the one that brought Tank to me.
Gervonta Davis has suggested that he doesn't plan to fight for much longer. He has openly discussed how fame and constant pressure have affected him, and with his growing frustrations and controversies, an early retirement seems possible. If he steps away from boxing soon, many will wonder whether he ever reached his full potential. After his fight against Lamont Roach, Davis faced backlash from his own fan for what they saw as a lackluster performance. In response, he said, "It is what it is. They love you, then they hate you," showing his awareness of how quickly opinions can shift. He has also acknowledged that fame is temporary and has repeatedly hinted that retirement may be on the horizon.
I respect him, and I won't say I respect him. I appreciate him. I appreciate him for what he done, because he did, he did help me out. He definitely helped me out, but it was more so like, he would say that he gave me money to get my mom out the hood, but me being from the hood, 10, 15,000, that's not, after a couple months, she gonna be back in the hood, and I'm gonna be back asking you for money. Nah, why would I do that? I give her a couple dollars. I take some, whatever, whenever you need some money. You feel me? But when I was legit to be able to get her out the hood, that's what I did.
I had to learn that coming up, that a motherfucker will put you in a position to always need him. And to the world, it might look like that's a great person. But to somebody to understand, you understand what Kendrick Lamar say? Nah, that's a master manipulator. Cause if I gotta put you in a position that always need me, I'm gonna just give you crumbs. And we hear it a lot. If I'm a billionaire, if I'm a millionaire, nigga, what's $1,000? You know what I'm trying to say? But to you who don't have it, is a lot. And I know you gonna go to war for that $1,000. So me understanding that, $48 of power, I'ma always feed you a little bit so you can be excited and do just enough to come back around.
But I ain't really just put me in a position to be able to, make my own thing. And I don't want to say no name, but they wind up catching it. The people that's over top of me, I was signed to him, and Floyd signed to him. So the person he said, okay, cool, I see what's going on. That's when he started taking over my career.
Davis knows that fan support can be unpredictable. People cheer for him when he wins, but criticize him when he struggles. This awareness may be playing a role in his recent hints about retiring from boxing earlier than expected.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one a fighter do better than them. How the say Terrence Crawford should fight? Finna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
Who's next in line? This will be next in line.
Is there
The last question, guys.
Is there a love-hate war?
Yeah, I love the fighter. I ain't gonna lie, if he was chill, he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad.
You're good, man.
And cause I don't want to say he's just a scumbag, but it's he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's always I'm this.
Gervonta Davis has hinted that he does not plan to fight for much longer. He has spoken openly about the toll that fame and constant pressure have taken on him. With his growing frustrations and controversies, retirement may come sooner than expected. If Davis leaves the sport early, it will leave many questions unanswered about his true potential. After his fight against Roach, Gervonta Davis faced heavy criticism from his own fans for his underwhelming performance. In response, Davis said, "It's what it is. They love you and then they hate you." This highlights his awareness of how quickly public perception can change. He has also admitted that he knows fame doesn't last forever and has hinted at retiring soon.
Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. Look at my hair. I just got my shit done. But it's all cool, man. You know how I get. They love you and then they hate you. Turn around there and love you again. You know what I mean?
Davis understands that fans can be fickle, praising him in victory, but turning against him when he struggles. This realization may be influencing his recent comments about stepping away from boxing sooner rather than later.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really trying to be in this too much longer. That's the answer right there for you.
How old are you now? 28?
28.
Yeah. How much longer are you expecting to do it?
Once I get them guys out of there, I'm gone.
Is that right? Let's say like 30-ish, something like that? Why do you want to get out so soon?
I want to just help people that's coming behind me. I feel as though that's more important. Future.
Is that why you got Lamont Peterson and Anthony on this card?
They was before me, but they're trying to do my good deeds. I feel as though it's something that's installed in me. There's loyalty. I feel as though that's something that people are missing out here. I feel as though if you're in a position to help somebody, help them for the right reason.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.